two fantastic players in front of us. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map, representing Fnatic. Oops, wrong way. There we go. It is going to be none other than Harstem.
In the bottom left, as the purple Terran, it is uThermal.
Okay, so I need to address something that has nothing to do with this tournament really quick. People talk about the Ice Bucket Challenge. I've been contacted and commented multiple times at this point, like, Rivkin, why did you get the tiny bucket for this? It's because I've actually got some secret stuff coming that involves me getting multiple ice buckets sometime, okay? So when we finally did the one with Zombie Grub and I'd already done like 3, so I got the tiny bucket, okay? If you watch to the very end of the video, the last like 2 seconds, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's like a little Easter egg hidden, so watch to the end of it if you haven't already. And you're a dick for hiding those towels, by the way.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Not gonna get over. I could have gotten hypothermia. That's some real stuff.
No, you couldn't. It wasn't that cold.
Oh my god, Zombie Grub. Let me tell you how wind chill factors into things, okay?
It really wasn't that cold, even with wind chill.
Okay, so Harstem, I like what he's doing right off the bat with his building placements. This shuts down Reapers. This helps shut down Hellions. So many times we watch like Terran players come with a couple Hellions and completely just catch Protoss players off guard. A little bit awkward, a little bit weird. uThermal is definitely a player who's been branded, I think, with a little bit of BM in the past, but people do, even with that aside, respect that he is a good player. And Harstem building the way he does, I'm saying hardly, what?
14 CC'd. What are you doing there?
Getting ballsy. This is, hang on, something I was going to lead into, though, where I'm just talking about how Harstem, you know, he's going to be good enough to respect this going on. That's why we see a probe scout come out, of course, like you normally would, but he builds like this as well to make sure that uThermal wouldn't catch him off guard with anything. The scary thing to consider, though, for uThermal, though, well, he is really good in StarCraft 2 in general, and he's one of the most, I think, one of the, not most, but more underrated up-and-coming players. Harstem's PvT right now is freaking good. I mean, if you guys didn't see WCS, I mean, just take it from me. Harstem's TVP is freaking good.
Frickin' Rifkin.
Yeah.
Frickin' Rifkin. Alright, so I thought Harstem was gonna definitely go for like a Corona boosted Zealot, like straight into his a Stalker, but I don't think he is. This is a cancelled Zealot? Yeah, it was a cancelled Zealot. I'm actually not sure why he did the fake Zealot to begin with. It's like, he went for 14 CC.
I mean,
it's a 14 CC, what is he doing?
No, but I mean, like, you play the game the same way every time, right? Like, it's muscle memory.
Yeah, that's what I figured it'd be. Muscle memory, not safety. But anyways, doesn't go for any aggression whatsoever. Just like, fine.
Oh, I think that means Marauder's no good. Maybe? I don't know. Yo, they speak, they're both Dutch, I believe, right? So, it's like speaking Korean, we still don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. And what's worse though too is like I could read some of the French between Lilbo and Daishi, but then I think they were using like slang or like you know, like not completing their words, you know, like casual talk, and I'm like, oh, I think I know what that word is, but it's not spelled correctly. Oh no.
I need to fire you and get James as a permanent caster, because that guy at least speaks another language properly. What do you bring to this? You sound like a little boy. People don't even know you're a girl half the time.
I bring City Bus.
City Bus. Okay, so Nexus finishes up here for Harstem. Here's one of the things Harstem does that I like. And this isn't like he goes to these right away, but Harstem's one of the Protoss players who's actually making Immortals in this meta stage of the game. I mean, we've been talking a little bit about this in the past. This is not something I'm trying to beat to death because there are better ways to play the game. But we've seen a lot of games where, like, honestly, having 1 or 2 extra Immortals or 1 Immortal out early could have changed the course of an entire TVP. But I don't know what it is. Protoss players really reluctant to go Immortals.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday. Yeah, yesterday with Desro. You know, there was that one fight on Overgrowth where it was like, man, if he had like 2 Immortals, he actually probably would have wrecked the mass Marauder army that was attacking him, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's some stages of the game you predict. Like, the reason you always see faster Colossus is because you know there's going to be Bio coming to push your face, get that overcharge at the natural. I mean, a lot of TVP can be predictable, but it's a moment where, like, instead of retreating, like a Terran player runs up the ramp or dives in for your Mothership Core. It's small things like that that really catch you off guard and set you off balance for what you're planning to do. And uThermal is one of those players who I've seen multiple times say, you know what, screw it, let's go up the ramp. You got no sentry, and kill probes in the main instead of just retreating from the overcharge.
He is preparing to do an attack, but whether or not he actually jumps up there is a whole other matter. Mostly it's just to pop the overcharge. If they're lucky, if they're really is not any units on the low ground, like I'm talking like a sentry and a zealot, they might die for probes. But with 3 stalkers, I don't think it's gonna be worth it. Although he does get, did he get combat shields first? Oh, never mind. So he definitely is gonna die. With combat shields first, he's definitely gonna dive in here. Oh, trying to distract him with talking too. I see your plan, uThermal.
He's gone like straight up Gold League tactics.
Okay, you get combat shields first. I'm like not blind, am I? He didn't get stim.
I mean, yeah, no, this is a bit odd to see combat shields first. I mean, the idea is that like with stim you can do more damage, and with combat shields you can take those extra hits, which is a really big deal. The difference of like, you know, 5 stalker shots versus 4 stalker shots and such, but none of that's gonna matter when there's a Colossus in play this early, because it's just gonna mow down Marines either way.
I guess he's waiting for just he might be waiting for that one overcharge to pop. Second overcharge will be ready, but so will the Colossus. Nah, yeah, okay. So now's the time where he just has to wait for medevacs. Starport just finished. Not only gonna have to wait for medevacs, but also stim the finish. Just odd to see. Maybe if he splits, maybe if he spreads, he can actually take on this army.
Better make like a banana and split.
Make like a bread truck and haul buns. It's actually...
Or the overcharge pops, just make like a tree and leaf.
Yeah! This is about as funny as a screen door in a battleship. It's a submarine, dummy.
Okay, Marine does get slaughtered. Oh, poor guy, rest in peace. He died so hard he lost all his colors.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah, it's really weird too. Like when a zealot like kills a marine and like with a slice, it just stops moving, right, and falls in half. But it also like slowly drains all its color. It's like a really gross death.
Gruesome, gruesome death. There's no way uThermal takes on this army. He would have to have like a perfect concave.
No, even with that, he wouldn't do it. He doesn't have stim. If
Yeah.
stim was done, maybe it's a little bit different, right? But he's hauling buns or whatever you said, running away right now without stim. Drops in the main is going on though. Harstem was not ready for this. One Colossus does spawn, but actually it can't deal with this drop. The Marauders would kill it.
Yeah, it's too many Marauders.
Yeah, he's buying time, waiting for this just a little bit longer. Footman Overcharge does get popped. Such a wonderful ability that the
Stim wasn't done.
arsenal.
That's what I was like, why isn't he stimming? Oh, it's not done.
I know, it's
That's
such
right.
a weird late, it's a late time. It's now done. And this factory in the middle of nowhere is going to get wrecked. But charging down this ramp, uThermal really, he's got a lot of forces, but none of them are consolidated. They're all over the place.
Yeah, not a lot of Vikings. I mean, Harstem has 7 gateways. He was planning an attack. He did get a Twilight Council, which isn't going to be used for anything except for like blank should he actually have to pull back and go into a macro game. But uThermal just was not prepared for this at all. Again, with a great concave, with a great surround, maybe he holds, or maybe if he leaves his little Colossus out here. What are you doing?
SCVs are pulled. This is the honest boy pull. Well, that sounds a little bit inappropriate when I say that, but he has to back up, and the SCVs are left alive, which is nice.
I can't believe he lost it. He doesn't have blink either, so taking on this engagement is actually kind of risky.
It's actually really bad. There's a lot of Marauders, right? Yeah.
Maybe enough gateway units.
Well, the Zealots are soaking the hits really nicely, actually. Vikings are landing. Oh, that's desperate. Like,
This
yo,
is so
they're
like not what should have happened though.
The Vikings
like,
are landing on top of the stock. Like, land it back here so they can at least get some shots off. The Vikings just keep dying. They run in to die. Quit dying, you fools! The factory does burn down, a little unfortunate to see, so no Wood Mine's getting out of this anytime soon. I mean, there's an observer anyways, but uThermal's struggling at this point. Harstem, he's just coming in with the stalkers, blinkless stalkers. Their eyes are so dry, but still, they're able to aim and shoot.
Dry eyes, try accurate with particles.
If you got red eyes, try dry eyes? Or, yeah, I don't know, that Ben guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Ben Stein. Win Ben Stein's money.
With just stalkers, he actually will be pushed back here. It was all about uThermal getting 1 or 2 more production rounds, and Harstem has to leave. But this is just like, okay, Harstem might still not lose, although uThermal's on their 3rd base. Like, can you just kill that?
Well, yo, look at that resources lost too. I mean, it's really not that different. It's just the fact that attack was in favor of Harstem.
Can't believe Harstem let this go. Those Colossus.
Yo, with Stim down at 1-1, he can take an army fight pretty well, but it's still a really low army value for uThermal. Like,
yeah, we have to be careful with the Zealots. You know, just the Stalkers. No big deal. The Zealots are taking a lot of shots, though, and with any good force field. An Immortal coming in here because Harstem knows how much Rick can love Immortals.
Yeah, I really do love it. Shut up.
It's my favorite.
What the hell? You're making fun of me. It's a good strategy. It's what we see win. Like, oh, this guy likes Marines, whatever.
It's gonna help out a lot here. If he focuses the Immortals,
well, he's actually shooting. No. He's actually wasting all the Immortal shots on top of the SCVs. That should have been focus fire on top of the Marauders. Now push back once again. Harstem giving up what was a pretty nice lead.
Harstem just lost the game, actually.
Well, I don't know about losing the game. He killed a lot of SCVs.
Oh, I don't know why he didn't chase. Maybe think that Blink would have finished.
He lost a lot of SCVs. I don't know if that's a game-ending move, but it definitely hurt his army pretty bad.
He kept his third CC alive. Yeah, I guess not. It's not the end of the game. It's a scary position for a Pro player to be in. If you lose your entire army as a Pro player, that's always the worst. And honestly, he didn't take down a lot of uThermal's actual army towards the end right there. So I think as long as he waits a little while, gets a couple of Vikings, he can actually take a straight up engagement. There's so few Stalkers, and that's all he's investing his money into is in Stalkers, so no upgrades.
You know what I love though? The back and forth from this game. Because we've had a lot of like kind of bland, like just win games at this point. Harstem uThermal have got a pretty nice back and forth going, and I like it.
You know what I really love in games like this is when you lose like 30 SCVs, you build them all, and then they pull the voice. Oh, that always makes you laugh so hard. But it can be really effective. Harstem's going to be stuck on Colossus Blink Stalkers for a very long time, and uThermal bringing all this SCVs that he has right now, it might work.
I'm having told a dumbass moment. This is game 1, right?
Yeah.
It's just weird that there's like this dynamic kind of going on. Like usually you see this sort of weird back and forth after something strange has happened already, like leading into it. But Blink is about to complete. Ooh, it's gonna be rough.
Apparently he doesn't even need SCVs.
Well, this shouldn't be so difficult to hold. I don't know why he's even bringing the Colossus forward. Like, give him the Nexus, fight the fight, and then bring the Colossus in after. But instead, lose most of them to the Vikings, or at least one of them to the Vikings. Now going to give a big chase backwards, but meanwhile, drop goes off in the main, and Stalkers trying to clean this up. Harstem, of course, trying to micro this as well.
uThermal just has so many Marauders.
It's 3 base to 1 now.
Yeah, 3 base to 1.
So many Marauders. What unit is good against those?
I don't know. What is it? What's good against them?
Dark Temple, right. I forgot what they were called. No, of course, Immortals would be fantastic to see, but Harstem having to go for the Colossus is not bad. It's such a weird scenario to be in, though, because I don't think he could take a fight.
I don't think he's going to win this game, actually. He's trying to go for a follow-up all-in because, well, you just lost your Nexus, so you got to try, but so many Marauders, a couple of Vikings out now, too.
Yep.
Not looking so hot. Like 40 supply as well. Brings SCVs just in case.
That's just kind of like, for safety, all my SCVs, my very valuable units. But wrap around the left side here, doesn't matter. GG. What did I say?
Yeah. That was such a one game.
Gold Gushfield.
Such a one game for Harstem with those Colossus. Maybe even a 1-1 game, but I mean, I think it was actually like a. It was the only way he was gonna lose. Like, at least that was the only way he wasn't gonna kill uThermal's third, was if he lost both Colossus. That's exactly what happened.